Hello and welcome to a quick video here we have about glutes and how to train them, especially if you've got like pain, particularly in your knees, but also in your back. So let's get right into it. So usually the best exercises are single leg deadlifts, single leg squats, deadlifts, lunges, all the things that are standing up, and usually that things that are loading the back of the leg, so hamstrings as much as glutes. Often people with back pain, these exercises are really painful. They just can't do it. And people with knee pain can't do it. Lunges are often one of the hardest exercises to do with knee pain. So what do you do? Like if they're the exercises that are going to strengthen you, but you can't do them because they're hurting you too much, where do you go? Now, sitting on machines is not a good idea because that doesn't really enhance stabilizers, which is half your problem. So what we usually do is use exercise that we call horizontal loaded. So basically it means that you're not vertically standing up, and the best thing about this is that this particular angle that you're putting your body in actually targets the glutes really effectively. But even better than that, there's no compression on the joints or your spine, so there's no pain. So it basically helps you to keep exactly what you want it to look like, so that you can, it'll have a high transfer of skill to the deadlift and the squat. Now the single leg requires more stability even standing, so when we put you horizontal, as you can see in the diagram here, this is a much more difficult exercise than the two legs on the ground. On the ground, not really much stability needed. Still a good glute exercise, but nowhere near as effective as this one. And you can see here, Kate's holding a stick. If I took the stick away, again, it makes the exercise so much more harder to do. So, to give you an idea, I'll show you a quick two easy ways to do it. One's just the specific glute exercise. The second one's more of an arm exercise that's sort of like trying to trick the body into using the glutes automatically while we're integrating something with the upper body. All right, so let's have a look at these videos and give you some good ideas.
Alright, here's a single leg hip extension. This is a great exercise for, again, building strength into weak glutes, which for back pain is very, very common. A much easier version than the single leg deadlift or the single leg squat. So this is sort of like a regression down. So if you find those two exercises hard, this is the easier one to do. Alright, so all you need to do, you hold onto a stick when you're first learning this, and you hold it in the opposite side to whatever leg you're using. So I'm using my left leg here, so I hold the stick in the right hand. So I go right down to the floor, and then I come straight up, pushing through my heel with the leg that's on the ground. Right? What you're looking for is the cheating is, or the mistakes that most people make is they don't keep this leg straight, and they end up pushing backwards too much, and you want to come right up into a sort of like a straight line. Alright, and that's how you get the most out of that exercise. If you want to make it more difficult, then you just move into without the stick, which now requires a hell of a lot more balance. It's a lot more difficult. Still get the same range, and I come straight up, right to about that point where I'm a coffee table. Alright, so I'm down, come up, really good squeeze, hold my belly button in. That's the finishing point right there. Alright, so it's a single leg hip extension. Single arm dumbbell chest press. I love this exercise for the simple reason, not that it builds strength into my arms, but builds immense amount of strength into my glute and right through my torso. Really loads up one side of the body, and for some people, the first time they really feel like they're using their entire body. It actually feels like they're using their legs more than their arm, surprisingly. So this is how you do it. So you're holding it up there. Now the hand that doesn't have the dumbbell, it's important that this hand stays like in the middle there. Alright, so you don't want that hand to move around too much. Alright, so as I lower the dumbbell and I get to about a 90-degree angle, I should start to push it back. So I'm a nice 90-degree angle there, hands in the middle. And the key here is this hip stays up, belly button pulls in. Alright, this glute on this side should be working big time. Alright, so and then as I stay very stable, I'll push the weight back up. So you'll see ball doesn't move at all. If the ball moves a lot, you know you're cheating on it. Alright, so my core is taking all the work, and and this is how and then from a different angle, you'll see how much more like I'm like a coffee table. All right, my head's supported on the ball, belly button pulls in, everything just works. It's the first time sort of integrating everything together. Great exercise also if you want to go a bit heavier and you don't have someone to help you. It's easy to get it up in the air. All right, so that's how you do the single arm dumbbell chest press.